Hey all brothers and sisters, my name is Captain Meatshield and welcome back to Bob's and Angels Factorio, where I think finally we need to make a start on these electronic circuit boards. Those are the ones that I need to make, aren't they? Yes, I need those for getting Science Pack 3s. So let's start off by seeing how many nanobots I've got. I haven't got much, have I? Just grab a stack. There we go. Let's just get some termites to tear up these trees. And then we'll start looking into the various components that we're going to need for making all of this extra circuitry bullshit. So there's going to be a lot. It's a fairly big, fairly long process, because we've got to make an intermediate board before we can actually start on the electronic circuit boards. Okay. Nice big space cleared out, which is great. So, let's see what we need to start with. Let's go electronic circuit boards. Right, solder we have on the belts, that's fine. The main thing we need to worry about is these, the circuit boards. They're the kind of interim thing that we need to deal with. But they're going to be kind of made... Oh, right, ferric chloride solution. Oh, maybe I need to go and deal with that first. Right, we should go and deal with that first. And then we'll look at the rest of the stuff. Basic electronic components, we know how to do. We can just copy and paste that. Transistors, however, we need to get silicon wafers made. Which I think means we need to produce silicon plate. Yeah. And silicon plate is just molten silicon turned into silicon. Okay, so I might go and I can actually make a use out of these other casting machines that I crafted. Great. I'm just going to take this tin blueprint, bring it down a couple of spaces, we'll plant that there, and just change all the recipes over. Ah, I do need to bring carbon down for this. Okay, that's fine. I do have carbon being produced. I just need to divert some. So, carbon, you're up here. Let's split you off here. I'm going to bring this back around this way. This can just, like, sidle along next to the coal, I guess. Don't see a reason why that can't be a thing. Right, I'll let these machines load up with coal first to act as fuel. And then we'll get some long-handled inserters to feed carbon in. There we go. Right, now we need to bring down some silicon. So I've got a big warehouse that's, or a silo, actually, that's full of silicon. So we'll bring that down. Okay. Silicon is belted in and just waiting for it to actually show up. We got 37,000 silicon ore to burn through, which is a fair bit. That natural gas is still not holding up at all, is it? Purified water, yeah, we've got a lot of that building up as well. And these are all at capacity, which is fine, I guess. Which of these produces the silicon? I think it's the bobmonium, if I remember correct. So, what's going on with this tin? Tin is not really doing anything. Okay. Hopefully that will change once we get the blue science going. Oh, there's sulfur dioxide gas. I forgot that I produced this from all of this stuff. Fuck, yes! Come up this way, mate. Whoops. I'd completely forgotten that lead production produced sulfur dioxide. That will get me a lot more sulfuric acid. Fucking wonderful. Isn't it great when you remember things? Right, this is sulfur dioxide. Good. Okay, is that what you're struggling on? Yeah, it is. Brilliant. We're going to set this right up. I'm going to take the... unplug that, actually. Have I got any pumps on me? I should probably put some pumps in, just because this stuff has got a long distance to travel, so I'm going to put pumps in at the corners. As best I can, anyway. There we go, that'll drain the crap out of these. Let's go inject the system with some more sulfur dioxide. That has genuinely improved my day already. Fucking fantastic. And there we go. Oh, it's really going now. I'm sure the sulfur dioxide from the lead production will run out fairly quickly anyway. Yeah, these tanks are already down by like 5,000 each. Most of that's probably in the pipes. But it will wear out eventually, and I don't think that this process actually produces all that much in the way of... it produces 60 every cycle. Which is actually more than this does. But it takes longer. But then we also have two machines working and producing that stuff. But then lead is not going to be getting used all that often, I don't think. But it's good to have a backup supply. So I'm glad that I found out that that was there. Right, we should have silicon being produced now. Thanks to that distraction, I have just been able to leave this thing to get active and start doing its thing. And yes, we've fully backed up on silicon now, or silicon plate. So I should probably bring that up to the bus. Okay, I'm going to leave these top two for the next tier of circuits. I'll bring this belt along so that we can put the silicon plate onto this. Okay, I'm going to figure out what's what. Well, that's batteries, so we need to move brass plate. Yeah, you need to move down to wherever I've got a gap. So brass plate is going to go here. What are you? You are Invar. Invar is going to come down to here, I guess. Invar. Invar plate. There you are. Right, so these are regular circuit boards. Those are batteries, so they can just be taken off, because we've got those. Chrome, cobalt, silicon plate? Yeah, there we go. Oh, I probably should have left that on. But it doesn't really matter because you're going in here anyway. And I'm out of belt. Silicon plate has been added to the bus. It'll make its way all the way down to the end eventually. I'm going to check to see what other stuff that I have produced that I can take off this list. Because I didn't see the electronic circuit boards, I just saw the regular ones, which I'm not going to be putting on the bus. Because I don't think regular circuit boards are used for anything other than making electronic circuit boards and then robot stuff. They're used for making basic robot frames and brains, sorry, for the Mark 1 and Mark 2 robots. So yeah, I don't really need to worry about that stuff too much. So regular circuit boards, you can just be erased. And we will take electrum plate, put you there, and whatever this one is, that's gunmetal. I thought that was just a colour, I didn't realise that was a legit type of metal. The more you know. Silicon is slowly making its way along. Cool. Okay, back on track. Ferric chloride solution, that's the next thing that we need to be making. Need to figure out how to make that then, don't we? Do I have it? Actually, so ferric. It is under chlorine processing. I believe, yes. We should research that. Right, there we go. So we need to find out how we need to make this stuff now. So let's have a look. Ferric. No. ferric chloride solution. It is made from hydrogen chloride gas and iron ore. Iron ore I can make, that's not a problem. I've got iron ore already. Hydrogen chloride gas is made from chlorine and hydrogen, unsurprisingly. How do I get chlorine? Saline water electrolysis, which gives me sodium hydroxide, chlorine gas, and hydrogen. I need an electrolyzer. And we need to take saline water. That's mineralized water. Okay. Saline water, I think, is just one that we get out of the regular pumps. But I'm not 100% sure on that. There's water purification, which just takes regular water and gives saline water and purified water. Okay. So, let's get another one of these. And we will... Right, that's the purified water. So if I do water purification, which one's going to give me the purified? That one. Bottom. Okay. So I've put you like that. And then do saline water, or water purification. We're not going to get much in the way of saline water out of this. But it will be something. Right, let me get a tank. Right, so we're starting to get saline water. Good. Now we need to run that through an electrolyzer. So I probably only need the one at the moment. We'll put that there. We'll say saline water, electrolysis, chlorine, hydrogen, sodium hydroxide. Plug you in. Now I'm going to need a chest for the sodium hydroxide, because that's a physical, like kind of an actual kind of grabbable item. Solid item, I should say. The chlorine is what we need. The hydrogen we don't, unless there's anything in here that I can use it for. So let's see if hydrogen can play any part in what we're doing over this side. Actually, no, because I need hydrogen chloride for what I'm making, don't I? Ferric chloride, I think. Yes. So I don't need to worry about that sort of stuff. What I need to do... What ratios is this producing? We do produce more hydrogen than chlorine, so... let's have a look to see what we need to do with this stuff. This is made in chemical plants, unsurprising there. I'll make a couple of chemical plants just to be sure that I've got redundancy. Right, these are going to be making hydrogen chloride gas. So bring them up like this, and then we're going to have a flare stack with an overflow valve, so we can burn off any excess hydrogen, because there will be excess hydrogen. Okay, overflow valve can go there, and this can just sit here, like so. Bring some power down for the for the lot. Okay, we've got hydrogen chloride gas. Marvellous. That could go there. Now we need to take that hydrogen chloride along with iron ore in another chemical plant. So we'll get another 2 of those. And we need to turn that into ferric chloride solution. So we need to go and break off some of the iron ore from down this way. We shouldn't need too much, but I am just going to balance the belts after this break. And figure out how the fuck we're going to weave everything around. We'll go up around this way. This should be fine. If we can keep this belts in a fucking straight line. Come on. Thank you. Right, there we go. That will produce the ferric chloride solution that we need. Let's put these in a place that works a bit better so that we can get some underground pipe over this way and then we can take all of this down onto the main bus. Oh, well, we could if there were underground belts. And this pipe is now laid along the bus. I'm hoping that it will start filling up with some ferric chloride solution at some point. Not showing any signs of it just yet. Have I not plugged it all up properly? Oh, no, I haven't. Right, give me that. There we go. That's got it working. Is that coming all the way along now? Yes, that is now on the bus. Bravo. It'll take a while for the pipes to fill up because of the flow pressure, or the flow rate, or whatever you want to say about it. But we now have, I believe, all of the things necessary for making electronic circuit boards. So fingers crossed, now that I've wasted half of my recording session getting this stuff up and running, let me just dump this into one of these machines. There we go. Let's make a start. We need phenolic boards, right. If I remember right, my previous designs for this sort of thing were very similar to how we make the basic circuit boards. So you have like a standard kind of setup like this. So you have the circuit boards that were like that. Okay, maybe, yeah, we do it like this, I think. And they need copper and tin, which will come in on a line here. And then you have the phenolic boards coming in that way, and then they output onto something along these lines. And we just do something like this. Just so we can have a couple of belts of this stuff that will then feed into a larger assembly for the rest of the circuit boards, the electronic circuit boards. If I just remember what they're bloody called, that would be helpful. Right, that is going to be the basic setup for getting the circuit boards made. I'm going to just quickly make a blueprint of that, I guess. We'll just take some of these, whichever one. I really need to sort out these blueprints at some point. Right, that'll do there. So we'll take this and we'll just put it around, say... I'll put it about there. Because we also need to sort out the phenolic boards. Actually, no, wait, yeah, I should make a stop that. We should sort out the phenolic boards first. Come on, bots. Clear up that stuff for me. So, phenolic boards, they are made from wood and resin, which means I need one machine here making wood, and one making resin. They both require just raw wood, which is fine. But say I want to make... How many machines have I got here? I've got 4, and they make... So they require a phenolic board every second, or every 5 seconds. These make 2 every half second. So one of these should be more than enough to supply that array for quite some time. Resin takes 5 seconds to make 1, and wood takes half a second to make 2. Oh, I don't know if I can be asked to try and figure out these ratios right now, so I'm just going to cobble something together. We're going to make 5 of the ones for resin, just so that we can get like a half, 1 every second sort of ratio. Just whack them all onto the same belt. We'll offload these ones onto one side, do it like that, and then the rest of them can all be kind of just flung out with reckless abandon. Right, where have I put the wood on this bus? There it is. I'm just going to bring up a full belt and hope that that covers everything. It should do. I'm not using wood for too much else. We will need to scale up the wood manufacture eventually. But you are set to... You've been offset, essentially. So we'll bring that up like that, and we'll say... Actually, no, let's just do something different. Let's grab this, and we'll bring it, say, up to about there. Yeah, we'll do something like this. Gonna be a bit cramped. I think it will work. These can be making phenolic boards. And we can just bring this stuff over like this. I'll use a red underground to cross this gap. But that should be fine. Right, you make every half second. So fast inserters for you, mate. Ain't it your lucky day? This sort of stuff will back up anyway, so no huge pressure to keep the production going. Because we're not going to be producing much with these machines. Right, we need... What's the rest? Tin and copper, isn't it? Yeah. Alright. That should be the majority of things here. Let's put some lights in, because it's starting to get dark. Yeah, we are just missing the ferric chloride solution on this stuff, which is no big bother. Boop, boop. And... oh, I'm missing an output inserter. There we go. And an input inserter. No, that would have been helpful. Okay. Regular circuit boards. Output priority left, yeah. And you output priority right. Please, I want as little of this mess as possible. I say as little of the mess as possible, and I just make a mess of everything myself. That's fairly standard. Okay. So that's one stage of things done. Need to go and clear more trees. I've done this level of production once before, so I've forgotten how much space it's actually going to take up. Oh boy. Okay. I've got about 15 minutes left. I don't know if I'm going to get all of this done. I will try. One of the next products that we need to produce, basic electronic components, we've already made. We don't have to worry about that sort of stuff. We can just copy and paste from what we've set up before. So let's just have a look at what we're making. Solder, we don't need to worry about. Basic electronic components, we can copy-paste. Transistors, we need plastic bars, tinned copper wire, and silicon wafers. Right, let's go make a blueprint of some of the stuff that we need. In fact, I'm going to do this in map view because it will save me time and I can try and get this shit done quicker. You can go there, I guess. Do I have the machines for making this? I don't think I've got any of the electronic assembling machines. Okay, I think we have everything in place here. So I need to bring carbon up here, I need to bring copper and then tin plate. So that's going to be copper. That might have ended up being a bit too close to everything, but you never know. Well, never mind, whatever. Nope, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to go like that. Yep, that seems more right. More correct. Fucking awful words today. What even are my words? I don't have the words. I do not have the best words. Which of these belts is carbon? I think it's this one. It's a bit hard to tell when you get to, you know, yeah, there's a lot of stuff you've got to take into consideration with this game, especially with this mod. And especially when you're trying to get things done in a little bit of a rush. Right, that should have things sorted for the basic electronic components. Oh, we're getting there. Things are slowly but surely coming along. Right, now I need transistors. And I don't even know what the fucking ratios are going to be on this. 5 every 3.5 seconds. What even is that? What even does that mean? But first I need silicon wafers. How do I make those? I feel like that should be a materials thing. Yes. They're made 8 every 5 seconds. See what I mean about these ratios? They're just bonkers. Right, I'm going to bring this over this way, because that's going to be the circuit boards. I want to keep track of the intermediate products that I am producing here, because it might get a little bit silly. They can go along like that. The basic electronic components can come along with them as well. And then, right. Alrighty, yeah. Okay, that will be silicon plate. And I'll put this, making silicon wafers. 8 every 5 seconds. I'll just make 2 of them. I'll expand from there. And we'll bring this up. Yeah, we'll just go up like that, and these guys can underground. Right, regular inserters should do the job. I hope. We'll find out. Leave it there. Okay, so that makes silicon wafers. I then need plastic bars and tinned copper wire. So we need to copy this over again. So where's the blueprint I made of that? We're going to delete all of this stuff so that we just have this. I still need more space after all this. It's getting bonkers. Right. I think I've got everything coming up this way that I need for the transistors, silicon wafers, tin copper wire, and plastic bars are on their way up. So let's make some twisted transistors. We'll go from, say, yeah, we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. I don't know. These are going to produce a buttload of them, and I'm just going to have to put up with whatever overflow there is. I will have to jig things around if I need extra as well. Right, how much do we need of everything? Right, we can just get away with regular inserters for this. I'll just play around with the long-handedness of them. Right, you can be long-handed. And then let's give you an output. Oh, we are so close to having this stuff done. Right, there's the transistors. Yeah, I will give you an offset. Let's get rid of some more trees, just so that we can get this final assembly in place. I'm out of nano termites as well. Alright. That's fine, I can handle that. I'm also out of belt, I can't handle that, I really need belt. Right. That's, with the exception of solder, that's everything we need. Sweet. Right, let's get a setup for this stuff. We'll do similar to what we did with the other lot, except we will have, we're going to have, I think, 2 belts on the outside for the amount of items that we need. So these guys are making the electronic circuit boards. They need... Oh, right, okay, transistors are going to split here. And we are going to have a thing like this, as always. We'll just do blah, 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 and yeah, we'll set out output priorities. Right now, this wants to be a joined belt. You want to head off that way. This is going to look a bit of a mess until I can make an improved system, or an improved setup for things. But I guess for now this will do. The important thing is we actually get these being produced. Yeah, this ain't the prettiest setup, but hey, if it works, it works. I will not argue with it. Right, I need to go and find solder. Right, I think all that remains is power. and actually giving these things their recipes. That would help as well. Obviously. There we go. It's going to take some effort to get them back down onto the bus because I haven't got the undergrounds for it at the moment. But electronic circuit boards now exist. They are now a thing that the factory is producing. I've got to find where I was putting them on the bus. Down here, right at the bottom. Okay, so I want to bring a belt of these back over this way to take them back to the blue science production. Right, and this will join in here. And finally... Oh, this is taking a little bit of effort. When I say a little bit, I mean quite a bit. Once I get all of this stuff in place, go and grab myself some more inserters. We're getting there eventually. We're loading up. Blue Science is underway. It's being produced. It's going to be really fucking slow. Oh, are we completely out of ferric chloride solution? We seem to be. What's going on here? Got no hydrogen. Why have we got no hydrogen? Oh, I think we do have little bits of ferric chloride solution coming through. It's just not much. I mean, I wasn't expecting the system to be, like, an overdrive thing. I wasn't expecting much out of it. Like, I'm not expecting a lot out of the petrochem side of things until we go, like, kind of really start ramping up the scale of things. Right, it's just we're waiting on saline water. And... oh, right, the purified water is backed up. That's what the issue is. Okay, give me an overflow valve. If it was something as simple as that, why didn't you tell me? Oh. There we go, we'll just void some of the purified water, because we clearly don't need all of it. There we go, that's got that functioning again. Now, if I remember right, this sodium hydroxide is going to be a bit of an issue. What's it used for? Okay, it's used in making some batteries later on. Along with a few other things. Ooh, alumina, aluminum, aluminium, sorry. That's what I get for listening to Americans on YouTube. Aluminum. No. Aluminium. Look at the spelling. Sorry. I have to take the piss. Yeah, that stuff will have a use later on. But for now, I think that's some fairly good work. I'm moderately pleased with the efforts that have been made. And yeah, progress is happening. Oh man. But that's 4 science packs down out of 9, I think it is, in this one. Yeah. It's pretty good stuff. I'm rather pleased with that. I don't know where I'm going to go with the next one, or with the next episode. We'll see what we need to do. I might have to go out on an excursion to go and get some coal, because we've got a decent amount here, but I think if things are going to continue ramping up, we are going to be drawing more power, which means we're going to be burning through more coal, which means we're going to need more coal. So I'm going to have to set up a mining station for that, even if we just get it set up and build like the kind of offload area, just as a redundancy for when we inevitably run out of stuff here. That's something that I'm considering, as well as maybe getting sapphirite, like the infinite sapphirite looked at. Because this train is just taking an age to load. It's no bad thing at the moment, but yeah, I'll figure out what I'm going to be doing in the next episode, and I will just leave this one off here. So I'll say thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, check out the playlist on the channel for more Let's Plays on metal covers, and give this video a like or a comment just to leave your thoughts. And if you wish to join the ever-growing ranks of the Order of the Shield, subscribe on YouTube, chuck me a follow over on Twitch, or maybe even consider checking out my Patreon and becoming an officer within the ranks. But thank you again for watching this video, and I will catch you all very, very soon. This is Captain Meatshield, signing off. definitely inspect that in a minute. When I can stop dawdling. Come on. I know you've got no feet, but seriously, pick up the pace.